Hello and welcome to Epic Battlecry. This is the place where we cut through the crap to bring the real deal into gaming industry today. What are you doing back there? I have your host Tony Grice, and with me is
that was not
Brett
an approved
Adams.
Intro. That was not the Falcon Cry. That was not Whoopity
Daniel Kreiser.
Jesus.
And it is August 11th.
What?
Monday.
Of 2014, and it's a Monday. What? Brent, how are you, buddy?
I got a case of the Mondays is what I got, buddy. How you?
I'm okay. I feel like Daniel's not.
I've been watching DMX like on a roller coaster ride or something.
No, no.
What?
Not DMX again.
Who? Sorry.
Now that's a better question. Who? Does anybody younger than 30 know who DMX is? Anyway, let's move along. We got a brand new week ahead of us, and our first question comes from Marcis. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, yeah. It looks like Marcis Jekabsons.
Jekka not going to work here anymore. And he is at Marculio1. And Marcus says, at Epic BattleX, Resident Evil Remake Remaster is coming to consoles and PC.
Exclamation point.
Are you the... Yes, exclamation point. Are you the Axe Lords excited?
Question mark.
And what do you think about the franchise?
Another question mark!
Man. Is it 2 for 1?
And real quick, you're only supposed to have one fucking question, okay?
God.
Real quick. We need to get this
Monday.
through your stupid hit. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, Brent, you want to start us off? What do you think? So, we did get the news of the Resident Evil remake that's coming. What are you excited about it? You like the franchise?
I can't decide. Okay. Resident Evil as a franchise meant a lot to me back in the day. In the PlayStation 1 era, that game and that game series was a big deal. It was the first survival horror game I'd ever played. It was the first time I'd ever really thought about a game being scary, and God knows that parts of Resident Evil 1 were terrifying.
Yeah.
But my interest in the series has waned over the years, and I'm not particularly interested in it now. I don't really follow it. I'm not excited about the current entries in the series. So I'm trying to decide how much do I want to go back and play the first Resident Evil again, because this is not the first time that they've remastered it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to decide how badly I want to go back and play it again right now, and just how much I don't know, how much is going to change, how updated is it going to be, and I don't think there's still some questions surrounding this that we just don't know the answers to yet, but I don't know. I guess I kind of feel like I need to see trailers. I need to see gameplay walkthroughs. I need to know more about it before I can decide if I would be excited about it. In theory, I'd maybe be down for playing through it again, but I don't know. I really can't tell you if I'm excited about this or not.
Yeah. What do you think,
answer.
DK? You can have the same.
I'm glad you thought so.
No. Well, I feel like this. I don't know. I'd rather them be making new Resident Evil games that are trying to push the boundaries of survival horror. The series has been trying to find its identity once again.
How long has it been since the series had anything to do with survival horror?
That's what I'm saying.
Since the first Resident Evil, I think.
This is the thing. They go in the press release and they're talking about how the series defines survival horror and blah, 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 blah. And they're just playing that card without trying to innovate and trying to do something. So this is just absolutely a rehash of a remake that's already been made, and they're just taking advantage of the new hardware and also releasing it on the last gen to try to maximize it. This is a total sellout, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not anything. And plus, this type of game, like, what made it fun was the bumps in the night, the scare factor, the reason why Brent wet his pants the first time he played it.
Listen, I didn't say anything about wetting pants. Okay?
I ad-libbed. I threw that in there. I upsold it. But anyway.
You didn't upsell me.
The bottom line for me is that, when you know all that, all the content of the game, it's kind of hard to appreciate it in the same way. So they're really, this isn't necessarily a game that lends itself well to a remaster because of that. A game where it's just about shooting things for fun or whatever, like a Halo might make a better remaster because you're really experiencing something on it. I mean, this should be great and the gorgeous graphics and all that type of stuff as well. But But it feels really like a sellout to me. It feels like they just don't know what to do with the Resident Evil franchise anymore, and they need to make money. So just make a reboot of the game, which they've already done, and release it on the new consoles. And there you go, cash cow.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the same vein of you guys, but I will say I've always felt like they should sort of just stop everything and reboot the series. And if by chance they did that with this one, that maybe that could be interesting. If they really did, like, from the ground up redid the first one, like, if it's just a prettier version of the original game, I mean, what's the point to a certain degree?
Do something
if they take the overall concept and storyline, basically. But I mean, let's be honest, the thing that was so interesting about the first one was it was at the time really the only thing like it. And I don't necessarily think the game has held up that well over the years. Like, there's a lot of games that
there's so many people that have innovated in that space. It's really moved the bar.
I go back and play something that came out, a few years later, something like Metal Gear Solid. I could still play that now, and it still holds up, pretty well.
Yeah.
But you go back and play, like, even the first Tomb Raider to a certain degree is kind of like Resident Evil. Just they were really innovative and cool and interesting at the moment they came out, but they sort of quickly got, surpassed by other things. So I don't know. It is sort of odd. It feels like it is a total cash in, like DK is saying. I don't know. I can't really get too excited about it. But
it gives me the idea. Maybe we should develop our own game that innovates but plays off of this and just features like the exact layout, all the puzzles, all the action. But instead of the main characters, we have our founding forefathers, and we call it President Evil.
There's a lot of things I break your balls for, Daniel. This is not one of them.
That would be great. And like George Bush could be the master of unlocking. I don't know.
Well, no, you said it was President Evil, so I think we know.
This game I would play.
Exactly.
All right. Well, good question. I think actually I'm kind of interested because I'm not sure if anybody else out there is really excited about this too. So it'd be kind of interesting to hear if
Well, this guy seems excited about it, doesn't it? I mean,
well, I don't know. It's
I mean, he's using an exclamation mark, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's excited about this.
Yeah. He also had two question marks.
He could be excited about typing
We have no
this
fucking clue what's going on in his head. I mean, let's be honest.
You don't know.
But anyway, Marcus, good question. We really appreciate it. And as always, make sure that you're sending your questions to the old @EpicBattleX Twitter handle and checking us out on the old YouTubes. And hopefully, if you get your question in there, maybe we'll answer it next week.
Thank you so much, Mark Coolio. What's up, Mark Coolio? So glad you're here with a Resident Evil question in our ear. Sorry,
you're trying to do a Coolio line.
The fact that you even know Coolio lines is kind of worrisome, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's like 1, 2.
Again, like DMX and Coolio are from like the same. Like, did you just come from a time machine? Did you just get here from like who?
It actually is a pretty good DMX impression, though. I mean, you got to give him that.
It's not a challenge, though. But yes, I will give you that. It is pretty good.